Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Baby, this is the last few episodes and both parts of the reunion because, baby, I'm not going back to do no more videos, okay? This is gonna be it. So where do we really start? I guess, okay, let's start with these fashions. Okay, let's revive. Okay, so my thoughts really haven't changed much about Candy's dress, Kenya's dress, Sheree's dress, Sonya. My opinion stays the same. Drew was my favorite look initially, but then after seeing more pictures of it, I still like the dress. I still like the dress, and I still think that Drew looked really good. I just think that maybe that dress was made for a woman with a longer torso. I don't. It just looked ill-fitted. I mean, sitting down, she looked amazing, so I guess that's all that counts, huh? I don't know. I liked Marlo's dress a little bit more after I saw more pictures of it and she was giving us fashion and we got to see the dress in its entirety. It was very much giving Rihanna at the Met, you know, when she wore that yellow ensemble. That's what that looked like. So, I mean, she looked good. I still don't like Kenya's dress. I don't know. The whole thing is a no. The hair is a no. The dress is a no. It's like, I think I know where she was trying to go with the hair, but it was a no. It was, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. No. She was making fun of Marlo, but girl, them feathers, very much giving Shakita banana. To be real honest, I really liked Monyetta's outfit. You know, she wasn't included in the first batch of pictures we saw. I liked Monyetta's look. I think she looked gorgeous from head to toe. I know a lot of people wasn't feeling it, but I was. And y'all know I don't even like her on this show, but I thought she looked amazing. And I know y'all hate Miss Courtney, but I'm sorry, Miss Courtney came to that reunion and she ate all y'all up. She looked great from head to toe. Y'all don't gotta like her, but just be honest with y'all selves. She looked good. She looked, to me, she won hands down best dress out of everybody. She looked really, really good. Courtney looked good. There was nothing that you could look at and say it wasn't good. If you say she didn't look good, you a hater. Just say no comment, but the girl looked good. She did. She did. She came up there and she served all of y'all. I'm sorry. She won. The theme of this reunion and the theme of this season is we gonna play victim and we gonna play villain at the same time. And I'm kind of over it. They did that last year. I'm tired of everybody, you did this to me, but it was different when I did it to you. And I did this to you, but you shouldn't have done it back to me. That's what's going on here. And I'm over it. Like, I'm over it. It's dumb. It's stupid. I just can't. I cannot. Sheree, we know that this relationship with Martell was staged. It was for storyline. Candy and Kenya, y'all wanted to piggyback off of that and create moments, and it didn't work in y'all favor. And I don't care. Y'all really trying to land this narrative that Kenya was looking out for Sheree by telling her that Martell was in her DMs. And it's like, girl, that man was in your DMs 2 years ago, but you sat your ass at the reunion last season and was like, oh my God, Martell. I heard that D was a 10 out of 10. Y'all wanted to bring up on camera that man DM'd you because there's nothing else going on in this. There's nothing else going on. That's why you brought it up. And it didn't work out in your favor. And now we're like, child, we tired. We don't care about that. It was dumb. It was dumb, and it's always going to be dumb. Next. I did want to say that what happened with Martell was no different than what happened with the Kill Me Crazy dude. I can't remember his name because he was not around. But Kenya's dude that Mayetta kept having to call, it was the same situation. This whole, he wanted to talk to Marlo. Just, you should have just let it go. You should have just said, I don't care, and just left it at that. But you trying to say that the guy was grossed out by Marlo. If the guy was grossed out by Marlo, why was he watching her lives? Why was he watching a live of Marlo's if he's grossed out by her? He doesn't want people to think he talked to her. Kenya, you tried it. That man wanted to advertise his restaurant, and you know it, and we all know it. Stop. So about this blank subpoena that Kenya tried to serve Marlo, but Andy was like, ain't nothing on it, it's empty, girl, try again. That was That was a flop. I ain't see y'all really talking about that on the timeline now. But I guess I follow a lot of people that love Kenya, so maybe I wouldn't see it. I don't know. But y'all tried it. Kenya, you starting to lose your touch, sis. I know everybody's saying that you're bored, but you're starting to lose your touch. Because you mean to tell me, Kenya, you have been like one of the main people that comes on this show, and you can't help but to call people out when you think that they're less intelligent than you. You love to call a bitch dumb. You mean to tell me you had that type of prop, I guess that's what you would call it. You had that type of fire. You had a subpoena, and you didn't say, let me look at this good before I present this to Andy. You're losing your touch, sis. You're losing your touch. And my thing is, like, I really didn't understand why she wanted to subpoena Marlo. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense because it's like, you say you don't want nothing to do with Marlo. Marlo's disgusting. She's the worst person in the world. And it's like, okay, I'm serving her a subpoena. So what is this going to do? All this is going to do is ensure that she comes back next season. All this is going to do is put her in your business. You really want her involved with whatever you and Mark got going on legally? Like, I guess, Kenya, I guess. I don't think that Marlo is working with Mark so that Kenya could lose her child. Like, I know y'all hate Marlo, but I don't think Marlo's doing that. And if she is doing that, she gonna get hers, you know? She gonna get hers. You don't get away with being evil like that. I just don't think she's doing all of that. I don't even think Mark really wants custody of that little girl. We saw last year, he couldn't even have this girl overnight. He was calling Kenya to come get this little girl. And I'm pretty sure the way that Kenya raises her child, that child don't even want to be around that man too long. After a couple hours, that girl gonna be calling and hollering and screaming for her mama. So, I don't know. The man is just a jerk. The man is just, girl, I don't know what you need to do to speed up this process of a divorce, but girl, you need to get on it. Like, I don't know what you need to do. I don't know who you need to call. But everybody is getting divorced, and it's like, y'all, your divorce is about to be in competition with Bethany's. I don't understand. I don't understand this. I don't want to sound ignorant and blame Kenya, but girl, what is going on? Whatever it is, fix it, girl. Get this man about your life. Okay, so y'all remember earlier in the season when Courtney was talking about Candy and saying she brought the ghetto out or she brought the hood out, whatever she said, y'all remember it. And Sonya laughed a little bit, but at some point she did say, that's my friend, okay, you know, whatever. But the people was mad at Miss Sonya. People was mad at Sonya saying, oh, she wrong for not having Candy's back. And I remember a couple of people was trying to drag me on Twitter because I agreed that I didn't think that Sonya did anything wrong. Like, I didn't feel like Sonya had to defend Candy. I don't feel like everybody who comes on this show must be a candy-coated soldier. Like, everybody don't have, you can kiki and laugh. That's what the show does. If y'all didn't know, they kiki and they laugh, they make jokes, they talk shit, they shade each other. That's what they do on this show. So for Courtney to throw shade at Candy and everyone was so upset that Sonya did not defend her, I was like, bye, she don't have to. I found it really funny or interesting. I won't say funny. I found it interesting because I didn't laugh. When Andy realized that subpoena was blank, Candy was the loudest one laughing. She was cackling. She was cackling in Kenya's face like, bitch, you messed up. Ain't that your girl? Ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? Like, why are you laughing in her face? I guess you didn't care. And everybody, like, we know if somebody else had gagged you like that, we know you wouldn't have liked it too much if Kenya did it to you. Now, if Kenya had done that to you, you would have been mad. You would have been quivering and shaking and screaming and cussing her out. You would have been pissed. But you laughed in that lady's face. But when Sonya did it to you, it was a big deal. This is stuff I'll be talking about with Candy. Y'all. Okay, so let's get into She by Sheree. Okay, now I know sometimes y'all might be thinking like, damn, she's always defending Sheree. And I promise I don't be trying to come up here and defend Sheree. But, you know, if there's a point, I'm going to make it, you know. And, you know, I'm not here for the scamming. I'm not here for scammers. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't like that. That ain't my thing. Okay, but I'm sorry. If you're getting scammed by Sheree in 2022, 23, 24, and so on, do you want to be scammed? Because there's so many Yelp reviews out there about Sheree and her not wanting to pay bills and not wanting to do this and do that, and she be ducking and dodging. That's what the people say. I don't know nothing about that, but that's what the people say. And for you to hear all this, for you to hear the Yelp reviews about Sheree, and then for you to, do business with Sheree, and then you get scammed. Did you want to get scammed? Because let me tell you, if I was dealing with Sheree, Sheree came out and was like, girl, I seen how you did that girl's makeup or her hair, and I want you to da 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 da. For me, the only way I'm walking into any type of business situation with Sheree is if I know I'm getting paid up front, or I'm not expecting to get paid, and this is just kind of like, I'm going to build my resume using Sheree. I'm going to post that I did work for her, some shit like that. I would never, I don't know why y'all are still fooling around with Sheree if y'all really believe that she's a scammer and that she don't pay her bills. Like, at this point, that designer, I haven't really watched what he had to say. I don't want to discredit that man. I don't know nothing about it. I don't want to, make the man, I don't know. I ain't watched it, so I can't really get too many opinions on him. But for people to talk about Sheree the way that they do, I really don't understand why anyone would enter a business relationship with Sheree at this point. Like, I'm confused about it. I'm confused. I mean, let me say this. Do y'all remember, I think this was during the Panini. I think this is during the Pandarosa of 2020. There was a situation with, I think it was Jada Waiter. I think, if it wasn't her, then my bad. But I think it was Jada Waiter. It was her. There was some issue where basically a young lady paid her to promote her lip gloss. Jada never did what she was supposed to do. The lady wanted her money back, but there was like a no refund policy. It was a lot of shenanigans later. Jada finally made the little lip gloss promo, and then we never heard about the situation again. I felt like that girl got so much press because it was on the blogs, it was on Shade Room, it was on everything. It was everywhere. She got so much press for her lip gloss. It was kind of like Jada not doing the original promo kind of was like a favor to her, right? Then there was like so many other instances with Ari. Like, oh, she did the promo, but she didn't do it right, or she didn't take good pictures, or she did it this way, or she wore the dress for free and she never posted it. And in my mind, it's just kind of like, if you keep hearing all these bad situations with everybody else, why would you now go into business with Ari or Jada or whoever or Sheree? Why would you guys hear all this bad? Why would you hear all these bad reviews about people and then still be like, oh yeah, it's going to be different for me? That just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like the guy, I don't know. Y'all who watching his interviews, y'all can let me know something, because I don't know that I'm going to go watch it. I don't think I had the time for that. But if you hear all of this about Sheree and you still say, okay, I want to help her, I want to help her business, could it be that you knew your designs would be seen on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Could it be that you was taking one for the team because you knew that maybe somebody in a position would see your designs and take a chance on you? You might be able to benefit some kind of way by your designs being shown on Real Housewives of Atlanta, on the Bravo platform. Could it be that's why you did it? Because, I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to reality TV, there's all types of shenanigans and all types of switcheroos and bait and switch and all kinds of stuff. Why would I want to feel bad for the people who deserve to get their money. I really, really do. Okay, I really, really do. But in this day and age, for you to be getting scammed by Sheree, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know. You didn't give her, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Everybody knows that they say Sheree don't pay her bills. So as far as Sheree doing She News, to me, it's no different than Candy doing Speak On It, her doing the Amazon Live, or whatever the other shit that she was doing. All the other Zooms and lives and interviews that she was doing last year, and she kept talking about Sheree and Martell and whatever else she was saying, and Tyrone. To me, it's no different. It's no different. I think Candy was irritated because she wasn't expecting Sheree to say nothing back. She was expecting Sheree to pretty much just Be like, oh, well, you just use me as clickbait and just roll over and just not say nothing. She wasn't expecting Sheree to have no rebuttals. And Sheree had a rebuttal this time, and we saw how that went. She didn't like that too much. But I feel like She News was no different than Speak On It and all the other things that she went on live and said about Sheree. It's the same thing. And it's not like Sheree lied. Those are reviews that people have, and those are real comments that people have about your restaurants. You guys really did fail the inspections. They was talking about it all last year. And your castmates did nice, and your castmates did well to not even bring that up or throw that in your face while y'all were filming last season. So to me, or even this season, they really didn't go in on you about none of that. So to me, it's the same thing. The people call themselves trying to gather me on Twitter, but let me tell you, I am ungatherable because I said what I said and it's not changing, okay? So, feel how y'all want to feel. But y'all saw the spoof that Candy did of Sheree. I said I didn't think it was funny. I didn't go on no tangent. I didn't drag Candy. I didn't say nothing bad about Candy. I just said simply, I didn't think it was funny. And I said what I said, and it's not changing. I get that, say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. But expect that people are going to have opinions. And my opinion was I didn't think it was funny. For Candy to spoof, the scene when they were in South Africa and the guy was reading their destiny or their fortune, however you want to express it. First of all, I don't really play with all of that stuff. That spiritual stuff is some real stuff. Trust me, I'm sorry. I don't play with all of that. So for you to spoof that, and basically this man was reading her destiny saying that, something that she wanted was never going to happen. I don't think that's funny. Like, I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, I don't really play around with it. If you wanted to spoof her waiting on Tyrone and her fur, I don't think I would have cared. If you wanted to spoof her, there's so many things you could have spoofed her on. But that kind of was like, that was sticky. That was sticky in my opinion. I ain't too much like it. People could feel how they want to feel. That's how I feel. I just thought it was a bit much. I feel like there's a lot of people in Candy's orbit that crave companionship and they want a partner and they want to be married. And a lot of them don't have one of those. So for you to laugh at Sheree for not having it, it's kind of like, okay. Okay, The main person she was spoofing was Nene, and it was just like, look how much Nene's life has changed. You don't play with stuff like that. You just don't play with stuff like that. It's just like, if you have something great, that's just what I believe. For me, I'm not trying to tell nobody what to think, what to not think. That's just what I think. That's just how I feel, okay? When you have something good in your life, be happy that you have that something good. Enjoy that something good. Throwing it in other people's faces, yeah. I don't believe in all of that. So, yeah, I didn't think the spoof was funny. The people call themselves trying to gather me. Return the sender, because I don't want it. Return the sender, okay? You can keep that bad energy over there, because I said what I said and it's not changing. Okay, so when it comes to Courtney's little confessional slip-up mishap, where she was like, y'all heard the comment, where she said that Drew wanted Ralph to adopt the little boy so that she could run off with her lover. So I feel like this here. Obviously, yeah, everybody says kids are off limits, but real talk, y'all be putting y'all kids in the line of fire. Like, you cannot show us your whole first season about your son and then expect people to not have opinions. I'm sorry. You can't. And a lot of y'all fake. Because all last season, y'all were saying the same thing. All last season, I was seeing on the timeline, on Twitter, people saying, Ralph don't want to adopt that little boy because he gonna leave Drew and he don't want to pay child support. Now when Courtney says it, she's the worst person in the world. Everybody clutching their pearls. Everybody's upset. Everybody gasping for air. It's like, come on. Y'all said it first. And she probably read it, and that's why she said that shit. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I really don't care. I mean, I would really hope that the little boy never sees this. But Everybody was already saying this. People were saying this all up and through, and now when Courtney says that she's the worst person in the world, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Drew, I feel like your child will be more affected by the fact that you were trying to strong arm his stepfather into adopting him, and you were trying to shut his biological father out of his life and trying to keep him from having a relationship with his biological father. I feel like that's going to hurt way more than some little flippant remark that Courtney made. He don't even know Courtney. He's not going to care what Courtney thinks. Like, obviously, if he was walking by and he saw y'all watching that and he heard that, of course, that would probably hurt his feelings. But that's what, you shouldn't have brought this on the show. Shouldn't have brought none of this on the show. It's like, you cannot do things like this and then expect people to not have opinions and not to say what they feel. I'm sorry. Was Courtney wrong for saying it? I feel like I don't care because I'm not sensitive to it, because I heard people say this over and over and over and over all last season. That's what everyone was talking about. He don't want to adopt the boy because he don't plan on staying with Drew. If it was the first time I had heard it, I probably would feel differently. But because so many people said that shit last season, ciao, bye. Okay, so let's coast right on into part 2 of this reunion. And honestly, after watching part 2, it's like, child, all these ladies are hypocrites, every single last one of them. I'm just tired. This victim and villain stuff that they... Can we do something else next season? As far as Courtney being an unverifiable cousin... Y'all, when y'all don't like somebody, y'all really don't like them. And I'm not sitting here like a Courtney stan or nothing like that. But it's just like, I feel like a lot of the Courtney hate is unnecessary. I feel like, come on, y'all really hate this lady that bad? There's just no real reason for y'all to hate this lady besides the fact that she came from people that y'all like, Kenya and Candy. Because, like, all this talk about her being a real cousin or not a real cousin, you're unverifiable, bitch. It's like... Really? Who the hell cares if she's Ralph's cousin or not? Like, who is Ralph? For y'all to be like, oh my God, she's Ralph's cousin. He's not Ralph's cousin. She's not Ralph's cousin. She's Ralph's girlfriend. She's Ralph's... Child. I don't know if I'm annoyed because I come from a very large, very, very, very large, very, very African family, okay? My dad had 20-something siblings, okay? I don't even know all my uncles and aunts' names. Damn sure don't know all my cousins. So I'm sure I have first cousins that I do not know, I've never met, and probably won't meet a lot of them, okay? So you can run into your cousin and not know that's your cousin. You have a cousin by marriage and not have ever met them. It happens all the time. The way that folks are so invested about whether or not Courtney is Ralph's cousin or not, or she must be the girlfriend, she lived in Tampa once upon a time, y'all are bored. This season was that terrible that you guys have decided that Courtney lived in Tampa once upon a time. And so when Ralph went to Tampa a couple of seasons ago, that he must have been there with Courtney. Y'all, I'm going to need y'all to stop. I'm going to need y'all to stop because this sounds so stupid. I really don't care if they're cousins or not. Who's one on me on day? Now, as far as Allison, I saw you guys on a timeline cheering Allison on. Oh, bring Allison on next season. She got Courtney together. I was really expecting to see something. I was not that impressed. It was like if Courtney went backstage to talk to her cousin or not cousin or her man or whoever Ralph may be to her. Allison, why you sneaking around? It's like you're being weird. That's a little creepy. So when she saw her and was trying to close the door, don't close the door on me. Girl, what was you gonna do? Were you gonna attack her physically? Bitch, you would have been in jail. Like, I don't understand. Like, girl, ain't nobody scared of you, Allison. Ain't nobody scared of you. Please have several seats, ma'am. I don't like when people do that. Like, I don't know if Courtney got sisters, but I'm sure she got some cousins that, like, what do y'all want to do? You want to bring your big sister to set to intimidate Courtney? Courtney, you should have brought some of your hood cousins. That's one thing I ain't never liked when people do. I ain't never liked it. Cause now what the show gonna be? I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Courtney, you should have brought some of your hood cousins. I don't like when people feel like, oh, they could bring their family to come intimidate somebody else. Bitch, we all got cousins. Shoot. When it comes to Ralph and Drew, I don't believe these two people. I don't believe nothing that they got to say. I don't believe none of it, okay? They told Andy they still living under the same house. They told Andy they still living under the same roof. The kids don't even know that they're supposedly getting a divorce. I don't believe these two people. It's giving two fools. It's giving partners in crime. It's giving Bonnie and Clyde. I don't believe them. It's giving scam. It's giving, we need to secure these peaches. I don't believe them. I'm so sorry. I don't believe it. It's giving, they wrote this script and they're acting it out. It's giving Ashley and Michael Darby. It's giving fraud. I don't believe none of it. Sorry. And this is what I be talking about with Drew. Like, Drew, if your kids don't know that you guys are getting a divorce, even though it's everywhere, then how the hell would they see what Courtney said? I can't get with Drew. You know, if she's really going through a divorce, then I mean, I guess I feel bad for you, sis, but I don't believe it. I would not be surprised if they come back season 16 and they're better than ever. I just really wouldn't. I don't believe none of this. Even the whole scandal about her and Ty, I will say this, girl, if you're gonna date a girl, Ty is a choice. If I was gonna go down that path, I probably would talk to a Ty as well. Ty is fine, you know. Since we're talking. But I mean, Drew, you know, if Drew had a little fun with Ty, what's going on in your day? It's not my business. I don't care. I just feel like it's fake. The whole thing just doesn't seem right. 1 + 1 ain't adding up to 2. Not from where I'm sitting. I just don't believe it. I feel like it's a scheme that Drew and Ralph set up to come to us with the I just don't believe none of it. I just cannot allow myself to emotionally feel anything about none of this because it doesn't feel real. It just doesn't feel real. And then when Miss Drew was over there singing her heart out to this man, and he just it was giving very much cringe. It was getting very much like, girl, this is, y'all set this up. I don't believe none of it. I really don't have much to say about even the receipts that got mysteriously dropped off at Sheree's house. I can't. I just cannot. Y'all, I really don't know what to say about this. I feel like they wasted our time with this whole Drew and Ralph segment. I know a lot of people was trying to make something out of nothing, and they was just really trying to go with it. But this season really bombed. This was not y'all best work. It just really was not. Like, it wasn't y'all best. This really wasn't y'all best. Even like y'all overhyped the whole where y'all overhyped the conversation between Kenya and Ralph, and it's just like, I done already told y'all, if Kenya is not reading Mark Demon down, I don't want to see it. You have all this mouth for these other guys, and these guys don't regard you. They don't care about you. They're not in a relationship with you. They don't nothing you. The person you're supposed to have all the smoke for is Mark Demon, and you let him get away with so much. You let this man do the hokey pokey on top of your head for years now. And I just really want you to be free from him. I want you to read. That's who I want you to cuss out, Kenya. That's who I want you to drag for filth. And we ain't never gonna get that. So this with Ralph, it didn't mean nothing to me. I wasn't impressed. Because like I keep telling y'all, I don't believe none of this that be going on between Ralph and Drew. Drew be way too proud to say she got a husband. She be way too proud to say she has a husband. Yo, I guess y'all, I don't know, y'all. Let's just send good vibes for season 16? Season 16. Let's hope that, I don't know, let's hope that season 16 is better, y'all. Y'all do better for season 16 because this was a letdown. This was a letdown. But anyways, y'all, thanks for watching Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 with me. hopefully season 16 is way better than this, because baby, season 15, y'all needed some help. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.